Hey YouTube, what is up? Firefish Backhouse here to bring you my review for Boku no Hero Academia, episode 6, which is Rage, You Nerd, and it was a really, good episode. I read the manga and everything. I've been reading it since it first came out and everything, and the way the show's been adapting it to, from the manga to an anime has been really good. Basically the first 5 episodes were all based off of, each chapter separately, for most of it. And then, episode 6 was based off of 2 chapters and everything. I really liked it, but let's get into the episode, this review, and, we started this episode where we ended last week with Midoriya throwing the ball with just his finger, concentrating all of his all for one into just the tip of his finger to throw the ball, and he got 705.3 meters, and when Bakugou hears that, when Kachin hears it, he ends up getting mad and starts charging at him and everything, and then Aizawa Sensei, he uses his quirk, and we find out in this episode exactly what his cloth is made of, and how his quirk works more. Basically it's steel wire alloy woven with carbon nanofibers, and he uses that to grab people, and as long as he's looking at them, their quirks are basically, null and void. So basically it's like Blackbeard's yummy yummy fruit. As long as he's looking at them instead of just touching them, their quirk is deactivated for a little bit, and if he blinks, they get their quirk back. So, when he gets dry-eyed, because obviously he's got to keep his eyes open and everything, and we get a little montage of the remaining tests and everything of, Midoriya going through it and everything, and then we see, sorry, I had to burp there, and then, we see the list and everything, and, I went back and read it and everything, so we get the list from 1, to 20, but in the manga, they did not show 11, 12, or 13. It was blanked out by a box and everything, but we had Bakugou, who finished in 3rd place, Midoriya finished in 4th place, Uraka finished in 10th place, and Midoriya finished in 20, and, he thought he was going to get expelled and everything, and then Aizawa basically said, oh, as for the expulsion thing, it was a lie. We had Midoriya, and Uraka all react like, oh, and then the one person said, her name's not revealed yet, but it was on that list, so those are kind of little spoilers and everything, but, yeah, she basically says, we could tell it was a lie and everything, and, it was just kind of common sense and everything, and then, Aizawa gives Midoriya a slip to go to see Recovery Girl to get his broken finger fixed, and as Aizawa is walking away, All Might says, oh, what was that, a joke and everything, like, you don't really go back on your word, so you must have seen the raw potential in that boy like I did. And Aizawa was like, also, like, should that be your teaching style and everything? And as he's walking away, and basically as he's walking away, he's saying that, the only reason he didn't expel Midoriya is because he saw potential in him, and if that ever goes below 0, if he sees 0 potential in him, he will expel him. And as All Might brought up, he did expel his whole class last year, but in the manga, it showed All Might looking at the book, and it said that Aizawa had 154 expulsions to his name as a teacher at the school and everything. We go to, and then after that, All Might's like, I guess you just still don't like me. We go to Midoriya, who is, getting healed by Recovery Girl and everything, and as she kisses him, he gets really tired. Now, obviously, he was passed out the first time when it happened in the test and everything, because he broke his arm and both his legs. And basically, the way Recovery Girl's quirk works is that it speeds up, it magnifies your body's regenerative process, but at the cost of your own strength. So this is why Midoriya, Deku, was, very tired after he got kissed by her. And, as he's walking away, he has Idia come up to him and basically say, you got your finger fixed. I didn't expect that from Eizawa Sensei and everything. And then he's like, I thought he was just rude, but he's just very astute in the way that he talks and everything. And then we had Araka come there, and she's like, oh, you're Idia. You're Idia, you're Deku, I'm Araka and everything. And then Midoriya's like, well, no, it's Izuka Midoriya, not Deku. Kachen Bakugou just calls me that to pick on me and everything. And she's like, I thought it was like the Japanese word for you can do well or you can do it and everything. And pretty important moment, as we see at the end of the episode. But then they're in class the next day, and All Might's like, you gotta be ready. It gets even harder. And then he runs through the curriculum and everything before we actually get to see him and All Might together, finally, at school and everything. Reacting in the same class and everything. But they have the English, so basically, I think the English is basically like to teach them how to talk to the media and everything, because they will be professional heroes. And everything, and they have all these heroes working at the lunch and everything, and he gets all starstruck because he gets to see a hero who has cooking abilities to cook them lunch. So obviously quirk powers are totally a mystery. You don't know exactly what you're gonna get and everything. And then obviously he had the battle training and everything with All Might, combat training. So, and All Might just walks in, it's me, coming through the door like a regular person. I chuckled a little bit when I seen that, and they're all like, oh, it's All Might, yeah, he's just like he is on TV, basically. And then, they're like, I can't believe he's a teacher. And then he explains, they're going to do the combat training and everything, and then points at their suits. And then we get a little bit of a flashback from 3 weeks ago. They had their clothing allowance and everything, and they got to register their quirk. Midoriya, Deku didn't have the quirk or anything, so he called All Might and was like, can I switch it and everything? All Might's like, yeah. People, get registered, and they think it's this, but then it's not. And it's something else. And they showed the thing of, she can make water come out of her, but really it was she can turn the moisture in the air into water. And as long as you switch it once or twice, it shouldn't be a problem. And as long as there's no big changes and everything. And obviously, because he didn't have a quirk and now he does, yeah, he's got to get registered and everything. And then we get the and then his mom walks in and basically gets him his jumpsuit that he wears. And, she apologizes for basically saying, I'm sorry you can't be a hero. I'm sorry from when he was younger. And that, he never gave up. And, she is going to put everything she can and do everything she can to help him out. And then he comes out in his suit and everything. Because, and as he's walking out, he's like, this has all of your feelings in it, Mom. I am proud to wear this. I am proud to wear this jumpsuit you bought me. I will wear it. And, and then All Might sees that, basically, his jumpsuit and everything just looks like All Might, and he starts chuckling, he's like, this is so obvious and everything. And then he explains that, they're going to be doing the combat training in the same city again, without the robots, and they basically will be indoors. The teams will be picked by drawing lots, so numbers and everything, I guess, is what that would mean. He then explains everything, saying that there'll be team villains, a team of heroes, and it's 2-on-2 battles. The villains have like a bomb or something, a nuke, something like that, up there in the top floor, somewhere in the building, and the heroes have to beat the villains and recover the bomb to win, and the villains just have to stop them from doing it, basically. And then he randomly draws the teams, and we get Team A, which is Midoriya, Deku, Izuku, and Uraka, and then Team D is Midoriya and Bakugou. They're the villain team, and Deku and Uraka are the hero team, and everything, and they get a few minutes to look over the plans for the building and everything. And as Midoriya and Bakugou are walking in, All Might tells them to think from this perspective of a villain. This is, I've really seen, like, myself, this is really good preparation and everything, because when you're out in the real world fighting a villain, you gotta kind of think like a villain. You can't just go in there all blind and everything. So that happened and everything, and then they're talking, and Uraka's like, we can't be nervous, All Might's exactly like he is on TV. And then she looks over, and Midoriya's just, shaking, reading his plan, and he's like, well, it's because, I know Kachin, I know Bakugou. That's the whole reason why I'm nervous. They start, and they go in through a window and everything. And basically before that, Bakugou is saying that, asking if Midoriya does have a quirk, and, Ida's like, yeah, he does, he does, but why do you get so mad at him and everything? And we've seen earlier in the episode that basically he thought Midoriya was just another pebble on the side of the road to his glory of being the #1 hero after All Might. And obviously that's not true anymore, as Deku has a quirk and everything, and he gets mad thinking that he just was a fucking nerd, is what he said, and was hiding it from him and everything. So the battle started and everything, they're going through, and as they're walking through the hallways, Meteor is thinking to himself, I can't use All for One. I'm gonna kill somebody or something like that, so I'm just gonna have to use what I've learned and what I know from my notebooks and everything. And it helped him out. It did, because as he's thinking that and everything, that he's gotta do what he can, and that he's gotta rely on Uraka's gravity power, or Infinity Girl, as Midoriya called her earlier, when they were talking and everything at the beginning of the episode. Kachin comes around the corner, goes to attack him, and there's a big explosion and everything, and he tells Midoriya, he's like, Deku, come on, don't dodge. And half of his mask got blown off and everything. I think that was really good. I can't remember if in the manga his whole mask got blown off or just half of it, but that was kind of good symbolization there. Basically, saying that All Might, because he looked like All Might, is basically turning into Deku and everything, which is actually happening, but not everybody knows about it really at this point. Only All Might and Midoriya Deku knows about it. So basically then then Bakugou goes to swing at him with a right. Midoriya basically dodges it quick, grabs his arm, does a judo move, and as he's doing it, he's like, "Did he read me?" Hits his back off the ground. He spits up a little bit, and then basically after that, he says how he's like, "Deku, you nerd and everything," and that he's like, "My Deku doesn't mean useless. My Deku will not mean I'm useless. My Deku means that I can do it and I will be somebody and everything." And that we get the little flashback from Araka and everything, and from her saying and everything, Midoriya tells him how he wrote down all the heroes he thought were great, all their powers and abilities and everything like that, and he wrote down Bakugou's name in that book, the same book that he exploded and everything in the first episode. Yeah, first episode there, and yeah, basically the episode ends with him calling him a fucking nerd and everything, and yeah, this was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it and everything. But that will be it for my review. Comment down below on what you thought about the episode and everything. Manga readers, what did you think about this episode and everything, the way it was adapted and everything? What do you think about the anime so far? For manga readers and anime only watchers, what have you thought about the series? Especially if you don't know anything, do you enjoy the series so far and everything? Also comment down there below on what you thought about this video and everything. I'm trying something for this video and another video and everything. I'm gonna see what basically sounds better, if it sounds better with my headphones and this mic right here, or if it will sound better with just my computer speakers and everything that are in my speakers, my mic and everything, because I don't have video editing software right now at this moment. So if anybody knows of any free video software, comment that, editing software, comment that down below. Let me know which one you liked and everything. I will hopefully be buying a mic for my computer, so it won't be an issue with the sound quality and everything. Like and dislike this video if you liked or disliked this. Keep it 100% with me. I'll keep it 100% with you guys. Subscribe if you want to see all my other videos when they come out, and if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to see all my other videos that I have posted and everything. I do some anime reviews, manga reviews, and I do live reactions to One Piece. I will probably always do live reactions to One Piece, no matter the chapter and everything. I'll probably do live reactions to certain anime episodes as long as I read the manga and everything. I just started watching Bleach. Never read it. The only time I ever seen anything about it was when they had compilations on YouTube about like top 10 anime fights, or top 10 main characters, top 10 abilities people would have, stuff like that. But yeah, that does it for me. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode once again. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I hope you all have a very wonderful and safe day. Enjoy this Mother's Day with your mom and everything. Some people don't have their moms anymore, and you should really cherish your mom and everything. I know I do. I cook my mom breakfast and everything, so yeah. But until next time, Firefist Bakugou signing out, saying happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And until next time, guys, bye-bye, everybody.